Okay, this is the best camera angle we're gonna get. Bro. Hi, my name is Saraalice and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while.
But that is because I have been working on my mental health and I didn't want to put any content out during the time that I was like really messed up, because if I did that,
ooh, I probably would never have came back. Anyway. Ooh, crisp. It like squirted in my mouth. That was gross. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be talking.
oh my gosh, Today we're going to be talking about my experience with commuting to college and my experience of my first year. And this video is specifically for people who are kind of following what your parents want to do, even though you may not think you are. That was kind of me. Hi, that was me. I also want to realistically talk about relationships a little quickly with you guys, because that also, between then and now, and how I've used relationships very differently. So let's get started.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is I filmed this video before and it was like, now I have to like rethink about what everything I was going to say. So bear with me here. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is my experience going to a commuter college and commuting to school. My program was a program that I was honestly not 100% passionate about. I thought the program was going to be very different than it was. It said it was a full-time program. It was hybrid. 3 of the 5 days of the week I was at home in this room on a computer studying. Great! Totally what I wanted for the college experience, right? I thought I was going to get a branch of every single type of media industry. That was very incorrect. It was very much like broad. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to get a taste of everything, like video editing, radio, broadcasting, like being on a screen. It was not the case. It wasn't everything. It was very much entail to media marketing and business, and not even like business, but like, oh, boring. Like, I could you not, each of my lectures were 3 hours long. And I was literally not learning a single speck of information from half my professors. My professors would call in 3 minutes before the class would start and say,
Cancelled. Mind you, a session of a semester is 14 weeks long, with a reading week in between those 8 weeks. So technically 13 weeks of classes, like active classes, which, to be honest, learned nothing from.
I had a professor that would call in, I kid you not, 4 out of the 14.
No, probably more than that. Maybe like 5 or 6 times, where we would be in her classroom waiting for her to show up, and it would be a little message on the phone saying, "Sorry guys, don't come in today. I'm not coming in." Are you dumb?
School where I had to commute 45 minutes in the morning at 5 a.m. to get there at 6 a.m., wait for the gym to open up at 8 p.m. Then I would have to go all the way back at 5 o'clock, which would take another hour and a half instead of 45 minutes because of rush hour.
I was losing my shit. Mind you, I went through some terrible shit too, like during this time. I'm gonna be honest. Don't get into a relationship at the end of high school.
I got into a relationship at the end of high school. My school ended June, I don't even know.
I got into a relationship with was a year younger than me, so I thought, okay, perfect, like we're gonna spend so much time together. This is the first person in my entire life I've actually felt feelings for. I think everything's gonna go well. And you know, you have that like honeymoon period and then all of a sudden crash. And when I was on a girls' grad trip with my friends, I downloaded Tinder because we were all just like, you know, like let's do this thing. Don't do that. If you are broken up with, really, maybe use that time to self-reflect on what you could do mentally to fix yourself, because you should not be putting all this energy into another person if you don't love yourself already.
And considering the time right after that second breakup happened, I, like in a row, self-worth and my self-thoughts were not good. Like my self-thoughts were so dark. And not to get like sad or anything like that, because I've definitely grown from that. As much like I'm talking here about it right now, like yeah, like knee slapper, like it's fine, but it's not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a tough time for me. Along with that, I wasn't doing things to make me happy. My self-worth I was putting in other people, which don't do. Even if you don't think you're doing it, you probably are self-consciously. So sit down and reflect with yourself and reflect with God, and then take a step back.
I didn't have a lot of friends. I still don't have a lot of friends. My friends all go to different schools, and we never really saw each other. And like, my friends are very low maintenance, so we don't have to text each other every single day to make sure that we're in our lives. Like, girl, like, I have tons of friends. Like, if you are taking aerospace engineering, you're not gonna have a lot of time on your hands. I wasn't taking aerospace engineering, but a couple of my friends are, and that's cool for them. But very different, times we can text.
So there wasn't really a lot of time where I saw my high school friends after, like, I've seen my high school friends once since that grad trip. To put that in perspective for you, I will be seeing them soon, so hey, I'm so excited. Friends, like, we'll love them forever. But listen, like, the form of communication we have now is like through Instagram Reels. Like, I love you. Like, I feel a little something there. You know what I'm saying? Parents want you to do. That is like the main thing I'm getting from this, like trying to tell you and get across, is don't do what your parents want you to do, and make sure you have self-love in yourself. Because I'm still working on that. It's been months and I'm still working on that one thing. But that is because I've kind of seen life from a different perspective. And this is another reason why. Something that you find comfort in, and find that in yourself as well. Don't put that in other people, because if you put your self-worth in other people, the only person that's not going to turn back on you is yourself and God. And you need to realize that information. Like, you need to realize that, because other people, even like your family, that sounds so bad, but your family can turn on you. And not saying that they would, but like, you never know. They're other people. They have their own minds. The only person that you can work on is yourself, because you have full control of that. So when you get to school, and I really want to preface this, find people that make you happy and do what you want to do. Now, getting into the second portion of this video is I'm going to be talking about what my plans are and what I've been doing since I left school. I left school in January. I withdrawed from school, and I put all my money that I was going to pay for this semester into a personal training course, because it is something that I was going to get originally, and I'm currently working on my personal training license. And once I get that, it opens up new doors for me in what I'm doing next. I'm going to talk about is going into a program that I've been so passionate about throughout my entire life.
I wanted to be an actor. I've always posted on social media. I've had a following before. Not a huge one, but like 10,000 followers-ish on TikTok. I've gone viral a couple times past that, and I just want to say, like, I've always just enjoyed content creating and social media, but I've also always wanted to be an actor, and the reason for that is I'm a performer. I've done gymnastics. I was a theater kid. I love presenting and showing off what I can do. And I've always been passionate about acting, because acting is a skill. And if you can master the skill of acting, it can get you a long way in life, because actors are, I might not be the most successful actor in the world, but I fear that if I believe in myself, I will be successful. And that's exactly what I did. So I applied for an acting program at a school, and I've always wanted to be an actor. And I also applied to another program that would be like kind of similar, but like more in the background. And I got into both. And the reason I got into both, I got into the first one first, my second choice, and then I got into the one I actually wanted to get into. And I don't think I was supposed to hear back for 3 months. I heard back literally within 4 days. So I guess to say I did a good job. I'm super proud of myself, and I will be going in the fall to acting school, and I will be vlogging that entire experience, because it is very different. Not a lot of people go into the acting industry, and I want to show people what it's like to go to school for acting, because it's basically how to brand yourself as an entrepreneur and being in the industry of acting, and how to deal with things, and how to become really the best version of yourself in the media industry on screen, which is super exciting, which is always what I've wanted to do. So that being said, I'm super excited to do what I want to do, and I'm so glad that my parents fully support this decision, because I think even since I've worked on changing my life around, they've seen that this is going to be good for me, and knowing that this is what I've wanted to do since I was a little like baby girl, I think it shows them that, oh, this is worth Sarah spending her money on, and this is worth what she wants to do. And she may not have all the money right away to pay for it, but she will pay us back. And I think that was the biggest thing with going into this program, is obviously it's farther away and it is more expensive than what I originally thought I was going to pay, but not as expensive as doing a whole program and then realizing that's not what I wanted to do. So thank you for watching this video. Remember to stay strong and follow the local dreamer, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!